Miking wise, I'm pretty old school. I go with close miking and some good ambience mics, some near ambience, and some room mics. I go with a core mic, which is maybe a little unusual on the drum set. It's a microphone that is either an artificial head placed behind my head. There are very nice microphones by Neumann or AKG that are artificial heads. They recreate exactly what the human ear hears. It's actually the shape of a head with two rubber ears on it, and the mics are inside the ear. Wow. Yes, it looks very futuristic, and so I use that as a core mic very often. That gives you a really great overall sound, and I usually place the core mic about here, just under the snare, between the snare and the kick drum, so you get a really nice near ambience, from all the toms, the snare and the kick drum. It's a real, beefy sounding, technique. It's very powerful, and everything else I use close miking on every instrument. It depends on the session, of course. In many cases we just use two mics and maybe a kick mic, or just one microphone for the whole kit. Depends on the session. If it's jazz or something a little more acoustic, it's obviously a different technique than if it's a rock thing. But one thing that is maybe a little signature is, and I've done that on many recordings with pop artists, is that I used to play a track with acoustic drums, and then play it again with electronic drums. And I play every fill, everything exactly the same. It's usually a really mapped out kind of track and concept. I know exactly what to play where, which cymbal to hit, which fill, what I'm doing, ghost notes, everything exactly identical. Then I replay that again with electronic drums, and we take electronic drum signals for basically the attacks. We get the electronic sounds, but we use the acoustic ambience and overheads, and that gives you a really nice modern feel. That sounds almost programmed, but then it isn't. You can tell it's got a human edge to it and a human feel to it. You get those really kind of impactful direct electronic sounds, but with the breath and the air moving of an acoustic performance, because of the ambience mics that you put on top of that, but because everything's identical, it all matches, and it works out beautifully. It sounds very modern and powerful, I think.